Greetings, knifers, and a special hello to my guys over at the Cold Steel forums. I was doing some still image shots today, and I had these three knives that I thought would be perfect for a bang for your buck tabletop comparison style review. All three of these knives are Loveless Sub-Hilt style fighting Bowie knives, 8¼ inch blades, roughly 13 and a quarter inches overall, ground from 3/16 of an inch steel stock. This one here on the bottom is a Cold Steel Black Bear Classic. It's done in a solid AUS 8 steel. It's an older model. I know the new ones are made in a sandwich steel Sanmai. This one is made in Japan, and its price, if you can find one, and they're out there, probably from $150 to about $175 is pretty fair price for that one. This one in the middle is a Cold Steel OSS knife. It is also done in AUS 8 steel. This one is currently manufactured in Taiwan, and its price ranges from about $50 to $75 is what you're going to find one of these for. Up top we have a Smith & Wesson Custom Series Bowie. This one is done in a 440C stainless steel. It's made in China, and I got this one for about $50 to $60. I'm sure that you can find one like that if you want also. I'd like to actually start with this knife and go over a few of the points. For $50 to $60 for your collection, this is a pretty nice knife. It looks very nice. It's got exotic materials on here, nickel silver bolster and guards, and also pins, brass lanyard tube down here, and the handle scales are actually made of a water buffalo horn. It looks really nice, but when you pick it up, you're going to notice a couple things right away. First of all, the handle parts do not have a great fit. Let me flip this so you can maybe see. There's some big gaps, and I can't really get them to show up here, but maybe you can see them a little bit between these handle pieces. There they are. See all that daylight? Not very comfortable to hold. This piece of steel is not flush with the handle scales. This is not going to be a really great knife for you to carry around every day. More of like a showpiece on a budget collection. This is a good knife. And also you're going to notice it's double ground in the fighting style, but the top of it is not sharp whatsoever. And this would take a long time to grind down, especially if you're doing it by hand. But you could put an edge on it. But this was a good knife for $50 to $60, like I said. This one's manufactured in China. I've had some Smith & Wesson knives before. I'm not really positive of their quality of their heat treat and the edge holding and all that, but I'm going to say this one is just a bit below with this kind of thing that Cold Steel is working with as far as quality and consistency in the steel. It comes with a neat little belt sheath though, and I'm sure for people on a tight budget who still wanted something to look really nice, this is a good choice. I've always liked this knife. I'm going to set it over the side here for a minute. Next, I'd like to talk about this bottom knife. This is the Black Bear Classic from Cold Steel. This is an older model. This one's done in the AUS 8 steel. It was manufactured in Japan, just like the current models, but it's just not made out of the laminated steel. The handle parts on this one, a lot tighter. Overall, this knife blows the Smith & Wesson away, but also it is at a higher cost. This knife is $150 to $175. If you were to find the new version, the Sanmai sandwich steel version, that knife is probably $200 at the lowest to $250 at the highest price, and I know that's kind of a big range, but I don't have the specs right here in front of me. This knife is excellent. Absolutely fantastic. I know right now the Sanmai one, and I keep talking about it and I don't have it, but it comes with a sheath looks like this, a Securex sheath. This older one came with this leather style sheath with this swivel loop. This is a nice sheath. I think this one will suit it just fine. I don't like it as much, but it's pretty good grade leather and it fits in there real nice. I really like this knife a lot. It is razor sharp on the back, and it is also razor sharp on the front. This one comes from the factory pretty much as perfect as a knife as you can get for a knife like this. And now with the back of it sharp, it facilitates a lot more of your fighting style moves, where somebody who would be interested in a knife like this would be interested in doing things like back cuts and cutting from both directions. Your Smith & Wesson is not going to do that, but it is a little bit more pricey. That's why I'd like to get to this one here. the OSS by Cold Steel. And this is probably my favorite knife of all the three, although it's not as visually impressive. It is made out of the same steel as this knife at Blow, AUS8. This knife only costs $50 to $60, very similar to the Black Bear Classic, at 1/3 of the price, almost 1/5 the price of the new model they got going, the Sanmai 3 Black Bear Classic, and that's because it has this solid rubber handle, and that saves Cold Steel money in manufacturing these handle pieces, and it saves you money, the end user. If you are a hunter, if you are a military guy, or if you just like these wicked looking style Bowie knives, I'm going to say this is the absolute best bang for your buck that you can get, and I love this knife. It is razor sharp, both edges, and it comes that way. And I just wanted, of course it comes with an actual Secure-X sheath also, which I really like because it has this belt loop that comes with it. You can unsnap, and it's got a Velcro and a snap. You don't have to take your belt off to take this off. It's got little Phillips head screws, but everybody has a Phillips head screwdriver, not one of those little Torx things, and you can adjust it up and down. You can strap this. You can even do it upside down. It holds that knife pretty tightly in there, and that is something that's pretty important. Alright, you can even adjust. There's some reviews out there that show you how you can adjust these little nubs down, make it fit in there better. So I'm going kind of long here, but just wanted to share that with you. And I'm going to say overall best bang for your buck, OSS from Cold Steel. These guys make some amazing knives, guys. You got to check them out, and I'll see you later.